Greetings, Roosevelt readers. I'm so happy to have a bunch new readers coming to my library. I'm going to give you some tips on how to use the library, and then you'll ask me later things in person. I'm Miss Ty, your teacher librarian. I'm the only library staff. The library is open from 8 to 3:30 every day, closed for a break for me after student lunch most days, except flex days. I go during student lunch since you can come at flex. You can come here to print papers on the 3 Macs at the back of this counter. You can come here to read, to study, to check out books, to use the computers. The bank of computers is behind us also, and to talk quietly with your friends. There is tutoring after school. It's available through Sun Schools, so you have to sign up for Sun if you want to take advantage of that. No library services at that time. This is the circulation desk. So when you are returning books, you'll return them in here, or there's another drop box right outside the door. If the library's closed, you can put your books in there. You get library books for 2 weeks. Library books have spine labels on them, and the spine label tells you what kind of book it is and where you're going to find it. We'll go over that in a minute. These are 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you can either renew them, which you can do yourself online, or bring it in and ask me to do it. Actually, you don't have to bring the book. You just come in, or return it. The other kinds of materials you're going to come to the library to check out are novel sets, which you get for 6 weeks, and textbooks, which you get for the year. When you get an item, you're going to write your name in the front. There should always be a nameplate. If there isn't, I can give you one. And then make sure you return the same book that you checked out. In your first week or two, I'd love you to come pick up one of these. It's a bookmark with 2 fabulous addresses on it. One is my webpage. I'd like you to check the webpage. It's got all kinds of homework help and resources on it. It lists my special events. We do a lot of fun things in the library, and I want you to know about it. The other side of this bookmark has the address of the catalog. So the catalog is the inventory of everything we have in the library, and you're going to use it to find your reading material. And then I'm going to show you how to find things on the shelves, okay? Under this window, we have the biographies and autobiographies. They are the true stories of people's lives. They are alphabetical by subject, not by author. So who it's about, not who wrote the book. In the far corner, there are short stories, collections of stories. They're alphabetical by author. If you like them, check that. Fiction starts here. All the shelves are organized to be read left to right, the way we read. So fiction starts down there in the A's. Fiction is, right, not true stories, made up stories, and that is alphabetical by author. We've got 4 rows of fiction, and then we get to our nonfiction. So this is real stuff, starting in the 001s, the Dewey Decimal System, you may or may not remember. At the end of each row, these signs tell you what numbers are in each row. And again, they start down there and wrap around. If you are browsing the shelves, I'm going to ask you to pick up one of these shelf markers on the counter so that we keep good order in the library. When you look up something in the catalog, it's going to say call number. That's your location code. So you're going to go to the shelf to look for that number. We need things to stay in order so everybody else can find the items that they're looking for in the library. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to look at this book, Righting My Wrongs. I'm going to put the shelf marker in here. I'm going to read the flap. It looks like something I don't really want to read. I'm going to put it back right where it was so that we keep our good order in the library. So all the rest of these rows are the nonfiction. Underneath this window, many people's favorite section, the graphic novels, also alphabetical by author, starting at that end. And then we have our foreign language section, which in this case is books in Spanish, libros en español, also fiction, nonfiction, biography. And on the other side of that, I have small sections of special collections right now, college-bound books, and books about Theodore Roosevelt, our namesake. This table are our new books. I refresh these every 2 weeks, so if you're someone who likes to know the latest and the greatest, check here. I always have a special display for the month that ties to books at the counter. You are welcome to read any of those books. I have told you essentially the very basic nuts and bolts that you need to use this library. Please come in, let me help you with anything you need. When you come in, you're going to sign in on this computer if you're coming without your teacher to do something in the library other than print. You don't have to sign in if you're just printing, but if you're here to read or study, you need to sign in. You need to have a pass from your teacher. You can't eat in here anything other than water. That's your only nourishment in the library, besides the nourishment of the mind. We try to keep quiet voices and a pleasant, peaceful study atmosphere for all of the riders, future and present. Ciao!